In this lesson, we'll talk about genres such as commedia dell'arte, Greek theatre, and Suzuki. We'll cover some warm-ups to make sure that your body is nice and ready to do the performances, and make sure that we'll minimize as much injury as we possibly can. So we'll go ahead and get on with the lesson. Theatre is an ever-changing and expanding industry that entertains people worldwide. However, where did it all start? Without realizing, classical techniques are used commonly in modern and contemporary theatre, introducing techniques developed by genres such as commedia dell'arte, Suzuki, and Greek theatre. This was where it all began. Eras such as these live on through its techniques and create integral educational aspects to today's theatrical learning. Techniques such as mask technique, time and tempo, ritual, and more can be incorporated and modified into modern theatre. Comedy of the arts, in English, commedia dell'arte, originated in the mid-1500s throughout Italy, where it soon began to spread through France, Spain, and other parts of Europe. It developed techniques such as physical comedy, fast-paced speech, exaggeration of motion, mask work, and comic timing. Commedia dell'arte was a theatre of the streets. Actors would perform at arts markets and fairs until they were moving indoors in the 1700s. Once public theatres were established, creators were placed in hierarchy depending on their perceived social statuses. Masks portrayed a certain character who would then become actors in the scenarios. Alcino, a seven joker who created the comedic relief that shaped the audience's view of him. Known for his physical movement, his mask created a personality in its smiling shape. This was easily recognizable to most audiences. Depending on the scenario, Columbina can portray multiple roles, including a maid, daughter, best friend of wife of Pantaleone. Her mischievous personality can obscure from her kind and clever nature. Although this mask does not show an exaggerated facial features as such, Columbina wears a detailed and delicate masquerade type mask that shows her elegant character. Another character within commedia dell'arte is Pantaleone. He's an old man merchant infatuated with money. He can be either affluent or penniless, can play either husband, father, or guardian, and his half mask emphasizes his bone structure and long hooked nose, giving a mature aged appearance. Il Docteur, otherwise known as the Doctor, this character may portray a doctor of medicine, law, etc. An old friend of Pantaleone, this character portrays a sense of knowledge, however, is very rarely correct. His mundane and tiresome personality is emphasized through his half mask and costume. Designed with a bulbous nose and round belly, Il Docteur is known to be well fed. The final stock mask character, Il Capitano, the captain. This character portrays an undesirable personality, showing his vain and deceitful nature, unaware that he is the butt of many jokes. Il Capitano wears a half mask that was designed with an enormous protruding nose, including a traditional moustache. Other than these characters, Innamorati, young lovers, and Zanni, servants and tricksters, also played part of the creation of situations and scenarios. Throughout the 1970s, Tadashi Suzuki established the Suzuki method of actor training, a precise and traditional method of returning the body to its original balance. It was used to revive the body's perceptive and expressive capacity. This method objectives develops three essential aspects of the human body: which are energy production, breath, calibration, and center of gravity control. In relation to our everyday lives, Suzuki believed that without one of these aspects, our bodies would be thrown out of sync. Therefore, it's important to train ourselves in these methods in order to strengthen our core and therefore establish a stronger center of gravity control. The Suzuki method has been influenced by martial arts and ancient Greek theatre, leading to be a well-established and sound method of acting taught worldwide and incorporated in many modern and contemporary pieces. This method takes the human body to the extreme lengths of exhaustion, testing its actors' strengths and determination through the use of controlled stomping, squatting, and moving in repetitive motion. However, once Suzuki is achieved, it lifts a performance to another level, creating a sense of illusion. Many theatre eras have been influenced by the originating theatre, Athenian theatre, or Greek theatre. Aspects such as physical theatre, a Greek chorus, and establishing no fourth wall were all derived from 700 BC, when Greek theatre was established. These are all conventions that are seen throughout time in theatre forms such as Commedia dell'arte, Suzuki, Shakespeare, and many more. In the beginning, the Greeks would celebrate the gods through festival of song, dance, and rituals. In order to honor Dionysus and encourage the success of the harvest, groups of the community would sing in ritual. This was the origin of the traditional Greek chorus. By the 6th century BC, songs of ritual were transforming into forms of narrative storytelling, which then became the basis of many plays involving only a single actor, in addition to the chorus. Written by Athenian playwrights. A significant convention used throughout Greek theatre was the use of this chorus. Actors would not interact personally with the audience, but instead go through the chorus to correspond their message. There are 3 main types of Athenian plays: tragedy, the story of moral rights and wrongs inspired by Greek mythology; comedy, the poems turned plays involving crude and sexual humor, current to the theme of the time; and satyr, a blend of both tragedy and comedy, set in a time and place that were filled with mystical creatures. In a modern world like ours, theatre is changing every day. However, it goes without saying that our acting techniques are far from new. Every time you get on a stage or jump up at school in drama, you're showcasing techniques that are some 100 years old. Techniques that have been developed and adapted over time. It's crazy to think that today, in the year 2020, we're doing techniques that were done in 700 BC. Therefore, it's important that the history of these conventions are really kept with us, that we learn how they came about and appreciate the skills it takes to learn them correctly. Almost every play or movie you see nowadays will incorporate one or more of these techniques without you realizing. Conventions such as physical theatre, slapstick, or comedic relief, center of gravity, and exclusion of the fourth wall are all commonly used techniques that have history to thank for that. That concludes our lesson today. I have attached a document in the link. It'll take you to a document including all of the RADA warm-ups that we've covered today, plus more. Keep an eye out. I'm going to be doing some more lessons hopefully soon. Yeah, thanks.